Installation is the action of associations or conferences in the United Church of Christ in cooperation with a local church, and in this case, with the whole United Church of Christ. In this installation today, we confirm and celebrate the covenantal relationship among local churches, pastors and teachers, associations, conferences, and the national setting of the United Church of Christ. Installation is a sign that these covenantal partners are committed to share mutually in the mission of the United Church of Christ and of the ecumenical church. Leaders in today's installation of the Reverend Dr. Karen Georgia A. Thompson as General Minister and President are therefore the Conference Minister of the Heartland Conference, the Living Water Association Minister, the Senior Pastor of Olmsted Community Church UCC, the Chair of the United Church of Christ Board of Directors, and the Chair of the UCCB Search Committee. We stand as one body, united in spirit and inspired by God's grace. We welcome all, love all, and seek justice for all. With Jesus as our guide and surrounded by the saints who have gone before us, today we celebrate God's faithfulness to the United Church of Christ and the Church Universal.
Dear friends, the Heartland Conference of the United Church of Christ greets you in the name of Jesus Christ, head of the church in heaven and on earth. To Christ be blessing and honor and wisdom and power forever and ever.
The General Synod of the United Church of Christ, by the Holy Spirit, elected the Reverend Dr. Karen Georgia Thompson to serve as General Minister and President. We have called Dr. Thompson to serve the whole church as pastor, prophet, teacher, poet, and leader. We respectfully request that Karen Georgia be installed in this ministry among us, according to the faith and order of the United Church of Christ.
The local church, as an expression of the United Church of Christ, is where the gospel and our commitments as a denomination are lived out daily. Together with our associations, conferences, and national setting, we remember that we are never alone. We are all connected and a part of the body of Christ.
Reverend Karen Georgia Thompson answered her call to ordain ministry at Orange Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Durham, North Carolina, on August 15, 1999. As a theological scholar at Union Theological Seminary and later at Washington State University, she explored multiple faiths, belongings, multiple faith belongings and their intersecting spaces of God's presence in and among humanity, in and outside of the church. Through her writings, invited us to experience Drums in My Veins, the 2020 published complication of her poetry that focuses on the injustices facing people of African descent and the fight and desire for racial justice globally. In the local setting of the church, Reverend Thompson was the pastor of New Hope United Church of Christ in DeLand, Florida. At the conference level, she served in the Florida Conference as the Minister for Disaster Response and Recovery. In her former roles in the national setting, as Associate General Minister, Minister for Racial Justice, and Minister for Ecumenical and Interfaith Relations, she faithfully served across and with multiple faiths and denominations to bring the unfolding of God's beloved community among us. Today, we are charged with installing her as the 10th General Minister and President of the United Church of Christ. She is the very first woman to serve in this role, breaking decades-long tradition, shattering glass ceilings, forging paths to many other women and girls to follow, all while standing in the strength of the women who have gone before her. So, Reverend Dr. Karen Georgia Thompson, servant of God, we invite you to accept the call to this office.
Reverend Dr. Thompson, seeing that you are called to this ministry by the grace of God, are you willing to enter this covenant with the members of the United Church of Christ, its national setting, conferences, associations, and local churches?
I am willing by the grace of God.
You have been called to serve the church faithfully as teacher, preacher, and prophet, administering the duties of the office of general minister and president. Will you do this?
I promise to serve the church faithfully, preaching and teaching the word of God, and fulfilling all the responsibilities of this office according to the grace given by God and the faith and order of the United Church of Christ.
Members of the United Church of Christ, would you please join together and affirm our covenant with the Reverend Dr. Karen Georgia Thompson? We receive Reverend Dr. Karen Georgia Thompson as our General Minister and President, promising to labor with her and support her in our common ministry of the gospel. We covenant with Reverend Dr. Thompson as a sign of our mutual ministry in Christ's name.
Will we proclaim together the gospel of Jesus Christ? Yes, with God's help.
Will we seek together the Spirit's call in the signs of the times of our challenging world?
Yes, with God's help.
Will we rejoice in the Creator's generosity as we work together to mend creation?
Yes, with God's help.
Will we worship together, sharing in the waters of baptism and the bread and cup of Jesus?
Yes, with God's help. Will we walk together in God's ways, exploring new ways to live out our values of extravagant welcome, continuing testament, and bold public witness? Yes, with God's help.